I guess we just sit and wait for a little bit for it to say the intro. It's coming up in 10 seconds. Hey there, folks. Welcome to our second in the funky found footage subgenre of ice cream you meme videos. As you know, this is not our most serious or critical one. We're mostly trying to convince ourselves, because at the end of the day, we are kind of skeptical, we're a little critical, but we want to believe. That's kind of like the goal. And this one, we're going to try to convince ourselves, with as little critical thinking as possible, that the spooky things that bump in the night are really out there. So, how's it going today, JD?
It's going. As you know, personally, we were supposed to record yesterday, but the beautiful California storm situation meant that our electricity was knocked out for a good day and a half, so we couldn't do that. Instead, my brother taught me how to drive a car, a manual.
That's an important skill. Yeah, and a manual at that. That's like an elevated level of car driving that I don't have.
Yeah. So
you're like, you're pretty advanced now. So how'd you survive otherwise in terms of power out?
I literally I told you this before. I was just like, we had food, but like no way to cook it. So I was like, immediately I was like, okay. Me and my brother who wrote the music that was just playing, we're like, okay, how much is a gas like top stove cooker thingy? And then like we're like, I think when we first moved, I definitely was gonna buy like these like already pre-made like survival gear, emergency gear that supports like up to like 2 to 4 people. And I was like, oh, I guess I'll buy it today, just like to prepare for like the next time this happens. And luckily it was on sale. So the thing that I was gonna buy for like $500, it came out to be $300. So I was like,
oh yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, so
and it's like a one and done thing too. Like you're set. Like you're like, okay, I'm prepped.
Yeah, so yeah, it was like 2 different bags. I was gonna get 2 of the same thing, but it was like 2 different. So the initial one that I was gonna buy was like supports to 2 to 4 people, and then the bundle that it came with is like a huge box that supports like 4 other people. So it's like we have at least like 6 to 8 people support for like the 4 of us here. So
okay, and it'll last like a week or so, or how long are we?
I don't even remember, but
so what? But a while. Y'all will be straight for a minute. Yeah.
To support like the food that we already have at home, and when we do buy a gas cooker thing instead of the fucking
yeah, for sure. Yeah, the EP really judges me for being like preppy, but it's like I lived in Florida for a long while, so like our hurricanes would come through and like we wouldn't have power for multiple days, and so that's always been like a paranoia thing for me. Is like I want to be able to wash myself a little bit, like have some water and drink water, and at the bare minimum, like, you know, because we used to have to, like, one of our neighbors had a generator, so we would like run a power cord like across the street, and like we would be able to be like have like one light or you know, one like charge a phone or something, and that was like pretty much how you would live for like a week or something. And I got tired of it. I was not a big fan.
Yeah, it's just I had not thought of that at all, but now I am going to be thinking about it even more, because like you have like the little like, oh yeah, I have a power bank, that's it, and I have food at home, but like you don't really think at like the moment that like, oh, you need to cook. So we ended up buying like McDonald's, which is like a mile away from us, which is cool, and then my dad yesterday got Subway, so
nice. Yeah. I think that, like, the fast food really comes in clutch during a power outage. Like, we definitely had a lot of McDonald's and Burger King in Florida. And then also just having, like, a car with air conditioning was, like, a necessary thing, because we would, like, sleep in, like, a van. Yeah. Because it was like, okay, the air conditioning could be on here, at least. Yeah. But it can be miserable.
I know. The one thing I didn't think about when you said cars is that, like, people have garages, and garages are, like, for the most part, like, electric like thing. And so my brother, his car got trapped in there until we realized that like, oh, there's like an emergency thing that you can pull that to like manually open it. So we were doing that yesterday. Yeah, so that's how we ended up going outside. But like my dad told us that like while we were at like Mare Island, he was like, oh yeah, the power's back. We're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
we'll be out. We'll be out for a bit. We'll be in Mare Island taking photos.
Mare Island is a great place to learn how to drive too. Because you do feel kind of like you're living in Mad Max when you're there. You're just like abandoned buildings and shit. It's pretty sick.
Heck yeah, we should somehow, when you're down here, do something at Mare Island.
But yeah, we can do some urban exploration or something.
I know. I didn't want to tell. Let me tell a scary story by way of my coworker. She had heard that we live down here and all that stuff, and she was like, "Have you heard of Mare Island?" I was like, "Yeah, it's like I've been there before. I learned how to drive over there." And then she was like, "Oh yeah, one time we went over there and we did some like urban exploration, and this guy like showed up out of nowhere and decided to like show us all like the weird places at the spot we were at." And me, my my other coworker, who's like a non-believer, very much so, he's like, he's like, I don't believe in the ghosts, but like, was it a real person that like came out of nowhere to show you what happened? And she was like,
no, for sure.
She's like, oh my god, I never thought about that. I was like, hey, real quick, was it a real person? She was like, yeah. At one part, we went to like this one area and like we couldn't find him anymore, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ghost possibility there for sure.
Either a ghost or a dude who's just like, all right, I'm done.
There's some questionable activity that goes on Mare Island, I think.
Right.
So it's possible that he was just a little, yeah.
It's Vallejo. It could just be a guy who's just like, all right, I'm done. Did my job. Bye.
I was vibing it out, and now I'm done. So goodbye. Good luck in the abandoned naval yard.
But yeah, that's me. What about you, Ben? How's your end of the year, start of the year situation?
That's good. It's been chill. We've been on like a real erotic thriller binging experience, like big on Michael Douglas. He was like the horniest man in cinema. I don't know if you're familiar with Michael Douglas. So he was like in the 90s. There was like a real wave of like erotic thrillers, like Basic Instinct, Disclosure, that kind of stuff. And they really have all aged incredibly poorly. But Michael Douglas is always like, he's really central to them for some reason. Like he's just the guy that they cast. And like in Disclosure, he gets harassed at work by Demi Moore. And there's like a scene where she's like giving him a blowjob, and he's supposed to be like suffering through it. So it thought it was doing something, it really did, but then he was like immediately turns into like horny mode, and kind of the excuse is like, well, I'm just a man, how could I resist, like that. It's always kind of that vibe.
Oh god. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you had said like a different name, or like somehow the name was coincidentally Michael Douglas at the same time, but I've heard of Basic Instinct at least.
Yeah, Basic Instinct was like, I think, one of the horniest ones, and also like the most unhinged Michael Douglas performance. Like there's a scene where he literally like sexually assaults someone, and it's just played off like, oh, he's just frustrated, he just had to get it out. And it's like, I didn't like that scene at all. That was very uncomfortable. Like I don't like him. He's the protagonist, and
oh god.
Yeah. And then we watched one that called The Crush, and that was perhaps one of the worst movies ever made, I would say. Because it's like a guy, it's like the dude from Princess Bride. I don't know if you remember him, Wesley, the
hair?
The prince guy.
Oh, kind of like the swooshy 90s hair.
White prince boy.
Yeah.
And so he was like a journalist, and then he's getting seduced by a 14-year-old who was played by a 17-year-old Alicia Silverstone. And the director / writer was like, this really happened to me, man. This is what they were doing out here. She was crazy. She was insane. She was just, and right, she's like a stalker, and she's like goes nuts because she's like, I can't. It's not legal. But then there's like all these scenes where it's like her in like a bikini, and they like pan over the body, and there's like scenes where she's like, it's naked. They had a body double. We checked because we were like, this seems like illegal to film.
Okay.
It was a body double, but it's still like trying to make it like, yeah, look at this 14-year-old, bro. Like, wouldn't you hit it? Like, you telling me you wouldn't? And it's like, no, that's not how this works, man. You're really showing your ass here. This is
right. That's all I'm thinking. I'm like, hey, jail.
Yeah. It's really just like, come on, man. Wouldn't you? No, I wouldn't.
No,
I would not. No,
not at all.
Look how mature she is, bro. No, she's not mature.
No,
man. That's not how this works. Like, I think
you're a grown ass man. Stop it.
I think we all know dudes that have been like, come on, man. Like, the age of consent law, and you got to be like, no, man, this is not.
If that's the only thing stopping you, I think you need to go take a long nap.
Yeah, if you have a friend that knows a little too much about age of consent laws, I would definitely question that friend and be like, this is not a good thing you're doing, man. This is not cool.
Like, why do you like you there's some times where you're like, yeah, like, why do you need to know it? Like, why do
Yeah.
you need to have an intimate knowledge of what this
Right, where it's
is?
like, well, in New Jersey, it's fine. I don't give a fuck about New Jersey. I'm like, we ain't in New Jersey.
Right? Look, we're in California. I don't care about where it is. In other places of the world, I'm like, we're here right now. And if the law, if crossing a state boundary is the only thing that's stopping you,
Yeah, it's all around. Because I work at a college, so like when I meet like 18-year-olds, I'm like, you're like a child. Like I wouldn't, like it's just weird. I'm like, I can't connect with somebody that's like that young at this point, where I just feel like I'm like the old guy. Like, and I'm 26, but I still feel like I'm so much older than you people. Like you're just so young, and it's like not in like a way like yeah. It's just in a way that's like, like.
this is
Yeah,
a child.
cool, man. You're a child. Like, I talk to you, but like, you're a kid, you know.
Yeah, it's
So,
like
yeah.
bestowing information conversation.
Yeah, I feel like I'm always like, yeah, what you know about some odd future, you know? Like I'm always like an old head, pretty much at this point, where I'm just like,
right? But like back in my day, they're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like,
I know about the old Earl sweatshirt. Let me tell you something.
but yeah, okay. We
Okay.
have dawdled long
dawdled.
enough.
Yeah.
And that was, for me, that was strategic. I don't want to see any of these videos, but for you, we was having a conversation.
Sorry about that. Yeah, okay. You asked, and I answered maybe more than you needed to hear, but
No,
Yeah.
I love knowing this.
so how do we want to do this? Do you want to start? You want me to start?
Okay. You starting is like, you have probably looked up like serious videos. You starting immediately getting scared, or I start and it's chill and relax for everybody and me.
Okay.
How is yours like scary? Mine is like, here's a video of like a thing, you know?
I don't think anything is particularly scary. I will preface that I have two buffer Sasquatch videos.
Okay.
So, Sasquatch is never really that scary.
Yeah, Sasquatch is just like a friend. Maybe we'll let's start it out with mine. Let's just pad it with mine and then deal with the consequences when Ben eventually gives me a nightmare. Okay. All right.
Ghost Cotton Eye Joe.
All right.
That's how we're starting, JD?
Yeah. Let me preface all of this. I just want to say that even if like a script idea is very daunting, I like it, and I don't have any feelings of hate towards like this format of looking for videos, and I love it. But I still find myself like dreading every single time I have to remember that I have to find videos for this. But I think I'm getting better because like I've been like trawling, going through Reddit and like actually legitimately finding ones that I can watch, but also have a little bit of something to it. So this is one of those ones, and this is the Ghost of Cotton Eye Joe. So it's basically just, the standard Kinect Xbox camera, and we see a little bit of Cotton Eye Joe. So
Okay.
Go
sure.
ahead and
I
play
love
that.
that song. Oh, he's getting it.
look at him. Look at him.
Oh, wow.
Look at him.
This makes me think of, have you seen the gingerbread man guy video?
No.
He's a dude and he takes like, he's going to like a Walgreens, and then there's like a dancing gingerbread man screen, and he's like, oh, look at him go! And then he like brings his mom, and he brings his like friends, and he brings his girlfriend. Oh, that's a very pure one. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I remember that video. I remember it now. I think I've seen the mom one.
This has a similar energy. I'd like to see the gingerbread man see Ghost Cotton Eye Joe.
That's going to be my next on the list. The Ghost of the Gingerbread Man. But yeah, that is the Ghost of Cotton Eye Joe. What are your thoughts? Critical or not? Vibing?
So, the Kinect thing is always something that I have trouble buying into. But I understand, like, it's not really that scary to me, because, like, even if I thought it was a ghost, it's always, like, ghosts going, like doing the little the car man dance, and that, to me, is just not a scary set of movements, Like, if it was, like, the Kinect ghost and it was, like, crawling towards you,
Oh, God.
maybe, but, like, doing the little dance, it just doesn't do it for me in terms of a fear factor.
Yeah. The added Cotton Eye Joe music to it, not scary at all. But yeah, I have most of the time an issue with the Kinect. What are they called?
Oh,
SL something?
SL something camera? Yeah, some kind of.
Yeah, but we're just gonna call it the Connect Xbox video. But like,
yeah.
yeah, most of the times when I do see it on like ghost shows, like I love seeing it, but I'm also like, it's tracking on a door or like a chair or something like that, and they're like, oh, the person's leaning on the door, or like someone's sitting on the chair, and I'm just like, I love that.
Yeah, my final video is going to kind of tie in with that because it's another one where it's like a pattern recognition thing with software where to me it doesn't say what I think that the user is saying, but we'll get there in a while.
Okay, well, that is my first video, Cotton Eye Joe Connect Xbox Camera.
Okay,
are we gonna do anything to this? Last time we did like tiers. What are we like ratings? Like out of 10, 4 out of 5 stars.
Let's do out of 10. But is the out of 10 just on spook factor, or do we want to do just like enjoyment factor?
And I think for mine, it's gonna be like more like enjoyment factor, not spook. Like enjoyment factor and like sort of believable. So give me a rating out of 10 on enjoyment and believability.
Okay, so 2 separate ratings we're talking.
Yeah.
Okay, on enjoyability, I'm giving that a 7.5, and on believability, I'm giving it a 5.2.
Okay, 5.2. Alrighty, Cotton Eye Joe, 7 out of 10 on enjoyment, 5.2 on believability.
Oh yeah, and now we're moving on to ghost cat.
The next video is ghost cats, and you and I are cat havers. I currently have both of the cats in my room right now because my dad's cleaning and they're scared of the vacuum.
Understandable, yeah.
Yeah, so we are well experienced with the idea of cats banging around at night. Saying hello at night. Last night, Minnie was kind of like screaming in the hallway. And Hachi likes to silently sit in dark rooms and flash her lights at you.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw on Instagram, I posted it where I talked about like in the comments of a video where I had like this empty chair and people were like, aren't you scared a ghost is going to sit on it? And I'm like, no, my cat sits on it. She's scarier, I think. But yeah, this is a ghost cat, and I'm going to need you to watch the bottom section of the video when you play it. Okay. So let's get it.
I'd like to say that I don't have my cats in the room because I'm a professional.
Sorry,
Oh, okay, I see it. Okay. I seen what looks like a tail walk across the room. And I expect there's going to be some more. It's going to knock something over.
I think it's just the walking across the bottom.
Okay.
So as you can see in the title, the very long title, that the video has been slowed down for easier viewing. So it's a little bit longer than it is, but you see the tail. For everyone else, for if you're listening, not watching, what are you doing? The tail goes from right to left. It's just the kind of like the top-ish half. Like I think the ghost aspect of it is that it's like sort of see-through.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's like a standard thing with like the ghosty thing is where they're like, yeah, it's like translucent or see-through, and that's why it's different from like a regular person or cat. Okay.
Yeah. So, Ben, thoughts first before we rate it.
Okay, thinking not critically, turning the brain off. Yeah, I mean, it looked like a cat's tail. I believe that, and it was kind of translucent. I can see, like, you could kind of see through it. I think that they could have edited the video. They could have clipped out a lot of it. But I'm also gonna have to get a little critical here. I feel like I'm going back over it again. Did you see it? Look closer. It's you don't see what's going on. Like it looks like this is like at the edge of a bed. And I feel like there could easily be something going on underneath the edge. And the quality of the camera here is not great. I mean, this is like something moves by, but I feel like it almost looks like it goes down when the camera pans down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's like somebody's hand was like, oh man, they're turning the camera down, so now I have to sneak down.
Ooh, get critical, getting analytic. But yeah, I definitely have had some videos that I've taken myself of like my cats doing like weird things, and also like maybe the camera like did a weird thing because of the light, or because like Minnie was moving too fast, or Hachi was jumping or screaming. So as a cat haver, they move pretty fast. This is slowed down, so maybe this cat was like rushing, and the video was like, frames can't handle. This is only 30 FPS, and then you slowed it down, kind of thing. But yeah, okay. So rating: enjoyment out of 10.
Enjoyment.
Believability out of 10.
I didn't even see the cat personally, so I'd like to see more cat. I'm giving enjoyment. I'm giving it a 4.
4
and believability, I'm giving it a 3.5.
3.5. All right.
Yeah.
4 out of 10. 3.5 out of 10. Okay, we're gonna go to this next video, this next section, which is hospital ghost. There's one which is the first link, and then there's another one with a second link. This is because I had initially seen the
Yahoo Finance article.
Yeah,
getting real journalism here.
this is real journalism, man. I'm not just going on Reddit, but yeah, this is because when I was looking up the first video that I initially saw while I was working. So this is the first one that I saw, and this is you go ahead and play it, and I'll provide a little bit of context to it.
Okay.
Situation. So
we
open
open an office. The door is open. There's a sliding door.
Guard comes up.
He's opening the little, what do you call that? Ribbon?
Yeah.
The belt line controller thing.
Yeah. The bank.
He seems to be directing somebody.
Yep.
He closes it. Okay. So he's just going about his business. He's like, oh, this is normal.
And then he's
walking, pulling up a wheelchair.
Giving them a wheelchair. Then sending them on their way.
Oh.
Okay, so this is the original video.
Oh my god. That got me.
Okay, so that is a 10 out of 10 on fear.
Yeah.
Don't ever do that again. iHeartRadio. That
was
was
a real jump
scary.
scare. That was not prepared for that.
we both peaked. But yeah, this first video is in Argentina where a guard checks in a recently deceased patient to just play along apparently with their visit. So maybe the guard recognized this ghost in some way and decided to be like, well, you might not believe that you're dead. I'm going to walk you through this whole thing kind of situation.
The guard was just like, he didn't know. He's like, nobody tells me anything. And when he found out the guy was dead, he was just like, I think I'm just doing my normal job. And then it turns out it was deceased.
Yeah. What if it was like the guard saw a person, but like on the video, they're like, there's no one there.
Yeah. That was my immediate thought. So let me give the numbers on that one since we have been hunting for this lovely New York Post video.
Enjoyment and believability.
Enjoyment, I'm going on 6.5. Not as fun as Cotton Eye Joe, but I liked the way he was just kind of going about his business. He didn't really seem to be shook or anything. He was just like, I'm opening it, and then you see nothing on the camera. Believability, I gotta go with a 2.
2.
Because I feel like that if I was super bored, I might do something like that.
Oh, 100%.
That's a factor.
Just to scare the person watching. Like, if you know the person watching the CCTV on the other side, I'd be like, let me play a little trick on them.
Right, and you're a security guard, so you probably know the guy who's watching the CCTV, so you're just like, I'm gonna fuck with him a little bit. Yeah,
okay. So this is the other one that I found when I was in the middle of watching this. And this is a ghost wheelchair again, without a person on it, tracked through the CCTV, heading to a hospital.
Copy that.
This is in India.
Okay, now we have a wheelchair moving on its own.
Yes.
Along a hospital hall. Hospital staff were in for a spooky surprise when they saw a wheelchair begin to moving on its own. And yeah, that's a spooky surprise for sure. Okay. Oh, it's like going down like a driveway.
Yeah.
Both movement and speed of the chair seems eerily human-like, perfectly exiting the lobby via the building's ramp. Thank you, New York Post, for this commentary.
Look at that. Keep going. Yeah.
If the night shift employees weren't in the Halloween spirit, they sure are now.
Ooh. I'm loving. Thank you, New York Post. We didn't have that commentary on the initial video that I had, but now we do.
We love everything that you do, and we wholeheartedly support.
You don't do anything bad at all.
No, journalistic integrity, that's honest. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, thoughts. There was a key word in there that might knock it out of believability, but I will let you speak.
Okay. See, I kind of ruined it a little bit because one of my videos that we'll get into later happened to be a hoax video.
Uh-huh.
And so now I'm seeing a lot of things through the lens of a hoax video. This one I think is, again, would be fairly easy to fake. I mean, saying that the movement is human-like, well, it's a wheelchair. It's gonna move. We see it with people in it. When you see it move, unless it's like, like doing wheelies and like bumping or like floating in the air or something, it's gonna be like, oh, it's just like somebody was in there because it's made for people. Of course, not to knock on the New York Times ever. So, yeah, I don't know that I caught the keyword. So what's the keyword? Let me in on the secret.
It was ramp.
Oh, ramp. Okay. So gravity.
Yeah. Perhaps it was gravity in that if you're in that place, you might not notice it's like a ramp situation, but sometimes like grocery carts, you give them a little shove down a little hill. You don't notice that it's a hill.
Right.
And they just keep going on and on. They might do like a little wah, and you're like, what was that? It was a weird wheel. And yes, there were other wheelchairs next to it, but maybe this one is a little like strange and wonky in that it's got a weird wheel and it just kept going and going. And that like, oh, it turned with the ramp, maybe because it's like a natural incline sort of situation.
No, for sure.
So I hope that, that doesn't impact your believability aspect to it. But then enjoyment, believability, right?
Enjoyment. Maybe I enjoyed this one more because of the lovely commentary of the New York Post. So we'll give it a 6.6.
Ooh, close to Cotton Eye Joe.
Close to Cotton Eye Joe. I just thought, like, the Halloween surprise. They were having fun with it. They were, and believability after discussing the Newtonian force of gravity, which I'm forced to believe in. I'm going to go with 1.5.
1.5. That is below the first Ghost Wheelchair video.
Yeah. I mean, like, I live in a crappy apartment, so I feel like slightly sloped ground definitely is a factor in things moving.
Yeah.
Or at least I like to think so.
Ooh, Ben, maybe you're letting science stop you from believing.
That's true. That's quite possible. Okay, and you've got a real theme here. This is the third hospital ghost.
Yeah, because this one is from Reddit, and I saw it, and I was like, whoa, appropriate scared response. And then I read the comments, which might have ruined it, and also solved it. So if we play this one.
Okay.
Just...
there's a wheelchair in the hallway. And still just a wheelchair. Okay.
Wheelchair.
All right.
Wheelchair. Bazinga. There it is. Appropriate scared response, even if you might later be like, oh, this is why that happens. But for me, if I saw that thing move in a hospital, I'd be like,
that's probably I think I'd react that way. Yeah. And the jingle of the keys really adds to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I'm ready to go. I've got my car keys.
Yeah. So let's see. Not a whole lot happened there, but I definitely feel like just seeing that, I don't have an explanation. I mean, beyond invisible strings, which I feel like is always like an option. So I'm going high on enjoyment because I feel like I'm going high with it because I think he gave a believable performance. I'll give it like a 7 on enjoyment. Believability, I'll go with, I think, 4.
4. Okay.
Keeping it open that it might not be. There's a comment. Okay. I think you laid the groundwork there.
It's on. You've put it on par of enjoyment as Cotton Eye Joe. Okay. And the 4 out of 10 below Cotton Eye Joe. So in terms of the combo of scores, you got Cotton Eye Joe still pretty high up there, and then here this one's cut. So this one, you've got the fishing line thing down. So that's a lot of people will say this is the excuse for this fishing line kind of thing. And then another one, which is what I haven't thought of, is very specific to the hospital space. In the comments below, someone mentioned maybe at this point in time while you're watching, or like at any sort of moments where like a metal object is moving, is there an MRI machine turning on below this level?
Oh, okay.
So the high level magnet situation, and I don't know if that is an actual thing in terms of like, should you be concerned that your MRI should you be concerned as a hospital that your MRI machine is impacting like a level above you, a metal object. Shouldn't you have like, because the Kaiser here, at least the like the scanning MRI stuff, like it's in the like the backyard. I mean backyard.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Kaiser's backyard. It's outside because they're like in
it's
one
on
of those
cinder blocks things. And it's just like kind of
yeah. So commentary on the hospital. Maybe you should be concerned about the heavy magnets in your hospital scaring people. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, to quote ICP, fucking magnets. How do they work? We just don't know. We're not scientists.
We're not scientists at all. No one on ISYM pod is a scientist. And this final one.
Garbage ghost portal.
Garbage ghost portal. Okay, so you're going to watch.
You stuck to Reddit while I stuck to TikTok.
I was on Reddit because TikTok autoplays the videos and Reddit has a setting of not doing that.
Sure. Yeah.
So on this one, you're going to watch the left-hand corner of the video, like sort of above the Wise area, and you're just going to have a little looky-loo.
Oh, this is a nice recent one.
Yeah.
Oh, the user was deleted.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
They were exposed.
Okay, so you have like a little wand thing dancing around near some trash cans.
Yes.
Man, this video is not high quality. I can barely see that's a trash can in front of it. It's whatever this thing is. It's probably short. It's about the size of the trash can next to it, which is much more clear. Okay, so it looks like it's almost like censored out. Like I feel like the way it's like wiped from the video. It's almost like the government doesn't want you to see what's going on.
That's why this user was deleted.
They're gone.
Men in Black at their door.
MIB, as I like to call them.
But yeah, thoughts other than the government wiping and censoring this Wise video from this user?
Thoughts. I would say. So Ghost Portal is what it's purported to be.
They're saying it's a ghost portal.
So like ghosts are coming in and out the garbage can. Is that what's presumably going on? No, I'm not totally convinced. I feel like it looks like a breadstick kind of floating around. I'm open to the possibility of maybe a raccoon. Or just some other kind of creature in the night going through the garbage.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's see. Enjoyment. I'm going mid on this one. I'm saying it's a 4.5.
Ooh.
It's all right, but really unclear. I feel like the Ghost Portal is really loading what it could be for me, which I don't think they needed to do. It could be mysterious enough on its own. Believability. Now that I know that they're saying it's a Ghost Portal, I don't see why ghosts are coming in and out of the garbage can.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with a 3.6.
3.6. Okay, so the reigning champion of this one is still Kanai Joe when it comes to believability and enjoyment, which I completely understand. And even as the second one, you said like if they didn't specify it as a ghost portal and just said like weird thing happening on my camera, what does everyone think? I think I'd have been more like, ooh, it is a strange thing for you to immediately diagnose it. Right? I'm like, and also as a camera haver at night, not like security system kind of situation, sometimes these things will like, if they catch a flash of light and then you have a water droplet on your camera, it'll like break
dance around
the
a little
light.
bit, kind of,
that kind of thing. And I see that a lot right now, especially it's raining. Like the front camera is like, sometimes it'll look like there's like a ball of light in the corner, but it's like someone turning in and then like it's catching the solar panel. It's doing like strange things to it. So yeah, in terms of all that believability, I think I would agree. I also agree on your ratings.
Oh,
surprisingly.
Thank you.
Kanai Joe was the one that I liked the most. And none of this was scary, but it was just kind of like a thinking exercise. But I do want to because in terms of keeping up with what I did last time, I need you to click on this last one.
Live science, fish trapped inside jellyfish. Already telling me what it is.
Just like last time, but think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it.
It's a creature on the beach.
Dead jellyfish. Washed up on a beach in the UK.
Washed up on the beach.
Whole fish. Stunning photos
That-
reveal.
That's cool. I've never seen something like that. That's
Exactly. This is what I'm bringing to the show.
I like that. It's you see what it is, you know what it is.
And I will be doing this every single time. One of these days, I'm going to find like something convincingly like
Weird.
it's a real object, but it's like,
Yeah.
Ben, surprise. It's the Loch Ness Monster.
I don't want. No, life science, please. For the love of God, just let me look at the fish.
I'm not curious about
in
the
the
world.
jellyfish. No,
No
I
thanks.
don't
No
need
latest
all of
news.
your ads and your push notifications. I don't want notifications from you, but I do want to look at this jelly. Yeah, okay. So that's a whole fish inside of a translucent jellyfish,
I
and
think
the
if I was-
jellyfish is
Yeah.
dead, and the fish also dead, I believe.
Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Trapped. But yeah, that is my last one, and I
Rip.
wanted to say farewell with that one. But overall, mine is just kind of like ghost. They are here. I was
Mhm.
gonna say they exist. Maybe. Who
Yeah,
knows?
maybe. Potentially convinced by the
I have
Cotton
an
Eye
empty
Joe one,
chair
at
here.
least. Yeah. You're inviting them in.
No. Just in case.
No,
No, this is for my cats.
Ghost not welcome.
Ghost not welcome. But yeah, that's me. Ghosts.
Sweet.
Are they
We-
real?
Are they real? The proof is out there. Maybe
Just
not in
give it
JD's
to us,
segment,
please.
but
You don't. Okay. You don't know. You don't know. Maybe the ghost cat was a ghost cat.
yeah, or the guy was opening the little hospital for a ghost patient,
Yeah. Maybe
Or the
we're
wheel-
just haters.
or all of your collection of wheelchair videos.
Maybe don't believe in science as much as I did in that ramp section. Fuck gravity.
Yeah, we haven't seen any proof of it. It's a theory, okay? It's a theory. It's not
Exactly.
a fact.
It's not
So-
called fact of relativity.
It's a theory. Come on, y'all.
Prove it.
Get good with your information.
Get good. Start proving it right. Yeah.
Ready to get squatching?
I'm ready to get squatching. Let's do this.
We're starting off nice and light. We have a TikTok from Squatch Me Now, which is a well-regarded squatching dedicated TikTok.
Ooh, okay. I love the video credit. I love the location credit. Let's
Yeah.
go.
You can see my boy, Silver Point, Tennessee. Thank you, Daniel Whitehead. So we have like a figure walking in the woods.
Ooh,
Look at those arms. My goodness.
long arms.
Long
swinging.
arms, swinging, voguing, potentially. We got like a ballroom situation going on.
It's, oh my god. I think for me, like, it feels too, even if it's just a person in the suit or whatever, it feels too real. I have to go. I don't want to see anyone in the woods that I don't expect to see in the woods.
Sure, yeah. So it's kind of similar to like the Bigfoot video where it's like that definitely looks like there is something there.
Yeah.
But potentially could just be a guy in a suit, like
Yeah.
the original Bigfoot video is admittedly a guy in a suit.
It's just so crazy. I think because I don't belong in the woods, I'm like, you could be fake, you could be real.
Mhm.
I don't want to
You don't really want to run into whoever it is that's dressing up as Bigfoot in the woods either. Like as much as you don't want to run, yeah, it's still not a good vibe.
You really don't.
What are you going to talk about? Not much in common, probably.
No. We're like, you're so tall.
Yeah.
That's it. But yeah.
Okay, so you down to keep your own score?
How do you want me to score this?
Let's go with enjoyment, and I think enjoyment and believability. Let's keep the same.
All right. Okay. Enjoyment. I enjoy a good Sasquatch video. I will give this like a middle kind of thing. 5 out of 10.
Okay.
And then like believability. Like I believe in Sasquatch. I believe in this man that lives in the woods. But also in the back of my mind, this could just be a person. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 10. But also, like,
3.5. Okay.
I'm not in that place. Daniel Whitehead, if you come after me, it's because I'm at home. I wasn't there with you. If you give it a 10 out of 10, it's probably because you were so scared and it was real.
Right.
I love you.
We can't know what you were really experiencing, Daniel Whitehead. So
Yeah, I'm just a armchair Sasquatch viewer.
salute to Daniel Whitehead who died in the service.
Silver
I
Point,
dived in her
Tennessee. Let's
service.
go.
Okay. No, yeah.
That arm length is impressive. You're right, TikTok.
And now we move on
Oh
to
my god.
it. Already tells you what it is, and they
Yeah,
have
but-
the lovely horror sound effects.
Oh god. That. I just
Yeah,
thought that was the person first.
the sound effects are a little much, I would say. The sound that they throw under it definitely, it's supposed to add to it. Causes a little interquest to me, but thoughts?
Oh my god. As you can tell from my repeated that, I thought when it was paused, like, that's the person, and we're supposed to, like, look behind them, and it's gonna be, like, Bigfoot. What, is it, like, because Bigfoot is wet, the fur is, like, a little bit more on the body situation?
I would guess that's what it's supposed to be, yeah, I mean...
Because it really just does look like a bald individual wearing a shirt.
Bald individual.
Bald individual.
Okay, let's see, I think it zooms in a little bit.
Okay, there, like, I thought that's, like, a person in...
Are we thinking morph suit? It's convincing. It's another one where it's like there's definitely something going on here because you can tell that this is like somebody walking in there. They have the reflection in the water. There's if nothing else,
dragging something.
Yeah. So if nothing else, it's like practical effects of some kind, and it looks like there is something in whatever this thing's arms are.
Yeah. Oh, enjoyment 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Okay, not bad.
Wait,
not bad.
I'm lying. I enjoyed that a lot. 8 out of 10.
8. Ooh, you're going heavy. Squash.
Believability.
Okay. Yeah.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Okay, so that's fairly convincing.
It's because I'm like bewildered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
it's hard to tell what's actually going on here.
Yeah. If I can't be like that's a man in a suit, I can't do it.
Beyond that, yeah.
Yeah, that's just so weird to me. It's just being in the woods. I don't.
Can't be doing it. Okay, sorry.
Immediately already.
Now let's lower this volume a little bit. So we have a Brazilian ghost video here. Mostly sound. He's just going around the apartment. Oh, wait, JD, where'd you go?
I'm watching from the corner, man.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
What is the? Oh my god! I'm adding a rating.
You can look at that face.
Why would you do it?
Oh.
That is just a person.
That's yeah. That's what I thought. It just looks like a human. Like
that is just a person. Okay. I'm adding a new rating. Fear.
Fear has entered the building.
Fear is here. Okay, so 0 out of 10 fear on the first 2.
Okay.
Enjoyment. I enjoy good scary videos, so I'm gonna give that a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10, not bad.
Believability 0 out of 10.
Low on that.
That's a guy. That is an individual. Fear. I screamed upon the fucking thumbnail.
You screamed at the thumbnail, so you got you immediately.
Should that be a 10 out of 10 because the thumbnail just scared me. Fuck you, TikTok. Hey, y'all can choose the little thing that it's paused on TikTok. Why would you choose that?
Yeah, you really gave it away too. That's like the best part of it. So
yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Even though I was already ready for it, I still got scared. 10 out of 10 fear.
10 out of 10. Okay, so that's the scariest video we got so far. Scariest video on the board.
God damn it. What the fuck?
Moving right along, we have...
Oh, God.
Lovely haunted doll.
That's not the weirdest part.
There's no batteries. Oh,
what the...
What's going on?
But wait, there's... Is she causing this? Why are you blaming her?
Okay.
Update on the doll, Charlotte, that my wife wants me to get rid of.
Yeah. Sounds like Buddy's in the doghouse. This haunted doll.
Oh my god. Enjoyment? Do I enjoy a haunted doll? We were just freshly off of the haunted doll videos. The haunted doll space. Do I enjoy it? What is enjoyment, actually? I didn't enjoy it because so I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10.
Ooh. Sorry, Charlotte.
Sorry, Charlotte.
Got some haters out here.
I don't enjoy it. Believability. I like that the person was like, there's no batteries in this doll. I cut the wires.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing the whole picture. I want you to open up that entire doll.
You can see everything. Take it all off, Cabbage Patch.
Yeah, because there's those like mechanics in like some dolls where like they will wobble because there's like a mechanic inside that doesn't necessarily rely on batteries and wires.
Sure.
Right? we've had moving dolls since the beginning of time. Gravity is a thing, you know, that kind of thing. So, 3 out of 10 on enjoyment.
Okay.
Believability, 3.5 out of 10.
3.5. Okay, generous. Same as the first Sasquatch video.
Yeah. Dang.
Fear?
Put it in perspective. Fear. Did I get scared of that? I think I'm not scared of it because, like, you've provided a lot of information on, like, haunted dolls.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's not a very scary looking doll. Like, I think she's just, maybe if she wants to get cleaned up, maybe if she wants a better haircut. Who knows? Maybe this should hit up our friends, the Ben previously
Beyond
spoke
Our World
to.
11.
Yeah?
At Etsy. Yeah, hit him up.
No fear at all. 0 out of 10.
Yeah. So first of all, I'm going to say Charlotte would be classified as a horror doll, I believe, because she's been altered to look scarier.
Oh.
Secondly, because there's, no eye. I don't think they didn't really manufacture dolls with one eye. It's not really a thing people want. No offense to the one-eye doll lovers out here.
After my last
but here we have
video, a lot of you were wondering about my secret fake haunted page that I
have
created
been-
as an experiment to show
welcome to
how
Debunk
easily you can fool someone into believing that something paranormal is happening and how easily that content can go viral. Now, my secret page
you
has
bring up
gained
the
over
audio?
200,000
Yeah, for sure.
followers
Okay.
and over 30 million overall views. And that was within a few weeks.
This is
Allow me
Dustin
to
Dean,
introduce
mentalist.
Charlotte, also known on TikTok as haunted_Charlotte. I convinced people that this was a real haunted doll. I even had psychics comment or make videos about how they could see the spirit attached to the doll.
My hubby can see and hear and talk to spirits, and right away he saw what it was.
It's a demon. No bigger than, I want to say, about this tall.
When in reality, all I did was use basic magician's trickery to make it seem like haunted things were happening around the doll. I actually do a haunted magic show with Charlotte. I do this around Halloween every year, where seemingly paranormal things happen on stage and freak people out. If you feel me tap you on your left side, I want you to raise your left hand. And this was inspired by Houdini, who did a very similar thing, but then afterwards tell them that this was all trickery and it's all for entertainment. But it is fascinating how quickly people will be fooled into believing the paranormal with absolutely no proof or evidence. Don't trust everything you see on TikTok. Stay critical. Be skeptic. Thanks, guys.
Okay, so Dustin Dean, despite being a magician, out there fighting the good fight. So
Love that.
yeah, so we were had. I think I did see Haunted Charlotte pop up on my timeline and did not look more into it. Honestly, I probably didn't watch it because I was just like, I don't want to see haunted doll stuff. But
Oh, that's interesting because I did, on looking back at my ratings, enjoyment still staying the same.
sure,
Believability, I gave it a 3.5 out of 10. That means
Yeah, it was pretty
I
low.
believed it a little,
Mm.
or I wanted to believe.
You kept it open, but I think you had like you sensed it seemed like something was off. There was like not the full picture there,
Yeah.
so you didn't give it like, oh yeah, I'm convinced. Because I think if it was like real, that would be like, oh, this is supposed to be very convincing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you kept it critical. You kept it.
Yeah.
You still stay woke. JD,
Thank you.
good job.
Who is this? Debunk Talk Daniel? What's your name?
Dustin Dean, mentalist.
Dustin.
So I guess,
Thank you, Dustin. I was
Thank
close. I had the T. That is interesting because then, do you think that then people could reply and be like, well, even if it's fake, you like may have manifested something, like I don't believe that it's fake, or like it might be fake, but now it's real because you've just done something to it, which is an
Yeah.
interesting kind of thing of like I recently did the Michigan Dog Man, which is like maybe a hoax, and then like person manifested it, and everyone's like, actually, it's real.
no, it's
Thank
real.
you,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So, but that is interesting because like for me, there was no draw to the video because like I am now educated about haunted dolls, but I'm also like I don't want to kind of like see this
Sure.
kind of thing, so I'm just gonna move along. I'm not gonna be like, well, is this real? Because I'm not like we lean towards like being skeptic, but I'm not gonna like actively look for a haunted doll and be like, I'm in the comments debunking it. I'm just like, I'm not looking for it. I'm not looking at it. Do not interact. But yeah, that's Magicians for Good is such a good concept of like,
You love to see it, really, like that he's out there kind of debunking stuff, because that's like the main thing he does is like debunking other people's paranormal videos. So Dustin's out there fighting the good fight, and I
Yeah.
think giving it a buck.
because that's interesting. Because my sister-in-law, she recently sent me like a video of like, you may have seen this somewhere, of like it's a kid, it's like a single kid, there's like a baby carrier sitting whatever device in front of them, and they're running, and then the carrier starts to move, and like I think the person is passing it off as a like, ooh, scary, but like there's a little bit like as the kid like goes nearer to the chair, like you can see the shine of the fishing line or like whatever thing they're pulling it with. So I was like, I had to be like, I saw the fishing line.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on this.
I was like, that's so scary. Like, why would you even like, I think even if I don't like fully believe, like I wouldn't be like, yeah, the time that I was on it, you know, I'm not gonna like play around with it.
No, for sure, yeah.
That's
so
a good one.
thank you, Dustin. And we move right on to JD has their hands up and they're preparing for a fight.
What am I supposed to see? Oh my god. Is it going to jump at me?
We have two eyes in the dark.
Uh-huh.
And they're kind of glowing. They're dimming and lightening up. All right. Thoughts?
Okay. In terms of like enjoyment, I love to be scared. Yeah. So this is not going to make sense. The next couple of ratings. Okay. Enjoy like 6 out of 10.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad. Okay.
Okay.
So that's up there with the Brazilian Ghost. Yeah.
Yeah. Believe?
2
out of 10.
2 out of 10. Yeah. It's not the most convincing one. I'll be the first to admit.
Fear? I hated the beginning of it because I was like, Ben's either going to make something jump at me or like I'm going to see someone's fucking arm coming. So at first it was like a 5 out of 10, but then once I'm like,
nothing else is going to happen. It's just the glowing.
0 out of 10.
0 out of 10. Damn. And, right down to Charlotte.
Yeah, right down to Charlotte.
And
because,
everything
like,
else except for the Brazilian Ghost.
We talked about like having cats, and I talked about Hachi liking to sit in the dark.
Yep.
And like if you like reflective lights on animals, cool. Is this is someone's place? This is someone's apartment?
I believe so.
So they would say if they had an animal. So this is like they don't. There's no explanation for the eyes, so they are implying that they don't have an animal.
Right. That was my read on it. I mean, there's like a second pair of glowing eyes higher in the video.
Higher.
Or glowing two dots kind of parallel to each other in eye format, and that I don't think that was drawn out. Right. It's just these lower pair of two that are considered the eyes and kind of the focus of the video. But you really can't see anything in the doorway. So I titled this one Russian Cat because I was just like, I think this is probably a cat.
The second eye line, you could potentially explain it as like the camera, like a camera situation where like sometimes you're focusing on a light in the video, and then like it'll bounce back against the lens, and you'll see the same exact reflection of something on the thing. So that could be the same pair of eyes just reflecting off of the camera, or like
for sure.
There's a mirror somewhere near it. But yeah, I am going to lean towards it being a cat. I was scared a little first because don't like looking in the dark. But like I said, we have cats. They sit in the dark sometimes and freak you out. They stare.
It's part of the gig.
Yeah, part of the thing about being a cat is to kind of like scare the person that's feeding you.
Yeah, fair. All right, we move right along then.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I think that scared me at first because I'm like,
you weren't sure what's going on there. Yeah.
Okay, I don't need to have my fists up for this. It's a giant.
It's a giant.
It's a giant.
It's a giant.
That's big.
It's a person, dude. We have Canadian here.
It's a giant. It is a giant in terms of like, for being that far and you can still see it. The object, it is big.
It's a big thing on top of a mountain.
I'd like this stabilized.
Snowy Mountain in Alberta.
In Alberta.
And so this one I didn't pick so much because of the video, but I think this could be a fruitful future topic because there's like a growing conspiracy theory narrative around this guy. Because this guy Andy Capt, Andrew Dawson, I believe his name is, allegedly disappeared and died shortly after this video, after claiming to be like kind of gang stalked by the CIA. So it's definitely there's more to this video. There's a lot that I question in terms of like, why is the CIA so determined to keep the existence of giants secret? Is this just a building? Because it seems like that might just be a building on top of the mountain or like a radio tower.
It's not. Yeah, that's why I was like, can this be stabilized so that I can see if it moves, or if it's just like a tower of some sort that's like really far, like off into the distance, and like, okay, if the CIA went after them and it is a building that like you're not supposed to see, but like, how did you see, or something like that? It's a giant.
Yeah. Also, like, what's the CIA? I mean, well, okay, the CIA will. Maybe we'll strike this. The CIA has potentially killed people outside of the U.S. before, but they are a U.S. organization. Why wouldn't Canadian intelligence be on this guy?
Yeah, because
so
maybe then it's like the CIA is here and Canada doesn't want to do anything about it because
like, Canada, they're just too nice.
Yeah, or like they're like, what the fuck is the CIA doing here, and we don't know anything about it. And then now the CIA is like, you fucking told the Canadians on us.
Yeah.
Fucking fuck.
They have to keep it from American eyes because Americans can't know that there's giants out there.
They can't.
Yeah. So it seems like an angle to this is that there's like a biblical angle, because there's like a thing in Genesis, I guess, about giants existing. And so that was in one of the videos I found. It was people being like, this is they're keeping this quiet because it's proof the giants existed and the Lord thy God, and the CIA has to keep it quiet because they're secular. So I think it's a future topic I want to look into. Maybe
I would love that.
Yeah, but I'm not 100% convinced. But with that being said, what's your score here?
Enjoyment, 4 out of 10, because I'm like, I love the idea of like giant, individual or tower building, something that you can see that far away. Right. And believability, I'll give that a 2 out of 10. Okay. Yeah. Fear, I wasn't scared of it. 0 out of 10. Maybe 10. Like the ominous feeling of like, if the CIA did kill someone, like kill someone in this instance, for seeing a building or an object or a biblical figure, that's kind of ominous.
Yeah. Are we in danger for covering this, you think?
What else has the CIA done, Ben?
We're not gonna touch that.
We're not gonna talk about that. This is a podcast on the supernatural. I mean, the internet.
Yeah. We only cover conspiracy theories, not actual crimes.
Not actual crimes that have happened.
Yeah, no.
Not that has anything to do with it.
Not the CIA would ever do that, of course.
They never.
Okay. So giant, not doing too great there, but it's okay. We'll keep it rocking.
I enjoyed that.
The story is more compelling, I think, than the video itself.
Yeah. Well, like once you said something about like good old Andrew here. Yeah. I hope you're okay.
Yeah, and he posted like a series of videos that were kind of him being like, oh, I'm being stalked. Look, there's like a car on my block, that kind of stuff.
I love the sort of modern iterations of like, I saw this creature and now the Men in Black are after me.
Yeah, I know too much.
Yeah, and why are they after you then? Like, right? Is it like, what's so important about you knowing it? Are you like a tool in this? I love modern versions of that where like we get to hear so much about like UFO sightings and all of a sudden being followed by the black fans. Now it's like we've got people who can document it, like who can put it on TikTok.
Exactly. Yeah, and there was a video where they showed like an obituary of Andrew. So that's another thing where it's like, but then it was like the same picture he used in his TikTok profile. So that set up some red flags to me because it's like, tell me there's not other pictures of you, Andrew, out there. So,
I want this to be an ARG.
Yeah, I think we need more information on this, see what's really going on. And it's still fairly new too. So that's the fun thing about TikTok space. But we got the last video for you. You ready? Or the last scary video.
Oh my god.
Oh, I liked it. No.
I don't like this. Is it gonna start moving? Ben, it better not stop fucking moving. I fucking hate this.
We have a creature on 4 legs,
I hate that.
and its head is dangling down, and the head turns
Shut
and kind
up.
of wiggles, and yeah, it's in the middle of a road, and it's just there under a streetlight. And JD, it's paused, it's safe.
I fucking hate this bed.
JD, put the arms down. What did you?
No,
what did you hear?
I can see it. Like, I'm moving my hands like this. You know, like John Cena style. You can't see me. Ben, this is fucking terrifying.
Okay, I will stop it now. It's done.
Like, you can pause it right there.
It's paused.
That is terrible. You did a crime to me today.
Image-wise, this is definitely one of the scariest ones, I think.
This is a criminal crime.
Purely visuals.
Like, I just hate crawling. Like, babies. Just kidding. Babies are crawling for a reason.
Not for you, yeah.
This is disgusting. This is disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You think it's just a person doing yoga, potentially? It's just like night yoga?
What if, like, okay, let me look at it of, like, this person's just vibing, and they know they're in a dark alley, and they're like, I know someone's coming down the road. You know what?
Yeah.
Very funny. To fucking scare the living daylights out of someone right fucking now. Right? But if it's not, freak-alicious. Disgusting. It's just like, okay, so is it, like, on all fours forward? On all fours backward?
It's hard to tell from the video. I'm inclined from the way that the arms are bent to think it's kind of like doing a bridge,
That's
like a pretty extreme bridge. What do you think?
It's even more disgusting.
Yeah, that's
Because that
definitely
means
like
the high area of its body is like the hip
yeah,
protruding forward. And this
Hip and
person
tummy
has to
up.
have extreme talent
right.
to be able to do this.
It's like a
'Cause in your
contortionist to hold that for a while.
Yeah, because like okay, if this is just a person,
Mhm.
they're probably thinking like, it's a vibe to be crawling on all fours, face down,
Yeah.
but I can't see what's going on in front of me.
Right.
Doing it backwards is scarier and much more disgusting, and I can see
Yeah.
in front of me, and you're getting all the blood coming to your head, so you're just like, I'm gonna have even more fun. What's scary about this is that if this is a regular person, why?
Yeah.
If this is a creature of night, why? I forgot what movie it is, but it is very popular on YouTube in terms of like video essay analysis.
Sure.
In terms of explaining away, I will send this to you later. You might have
Okay,
seen
please
it.
do. Yeah.
It's like explaining why certain movements are scary and why like the uncanniness of like someone doing a thing, because this is like, and it's just like the explanation of like why the act of like this person walking very slowly and is like freaky, because it's like an act. Like if you and I were with like hanging out with a friend and they just started doing this, it's like, why do you know how to do this?
Yeah.
You're like really flexible. That's so weird. But like put it in this place of like the slowness, the in the dark. You don't know what this is, even if it's like a regular person.
Yeah,
You're
you
just
don't
like,
want to approach a person that's doing this at night, probably, just based on sus levels.
Yeah, and it's like, have you read the creepypasta of like the dancing grinning man, where like you're just, this person is just like out on, like they take walks at night, and then like one time they started like, they're out on a walk and they see someone like across from them and they're doing like, they're sort of like dancing.
Sure, yeah, you don't want that.
Yeah, and then like it's just an act that is out of place. And then the person's like grinning very wildly. Whereas like if it's in the morning and you're seeing someone dancing in front of you, you're just kind of just like, I'll just move to the side a little bit, let them pass.
Yeah.
But like you're on your own, you're walking at night, you're kind of just like, I don't have the time for this. Yeah. I think in terms of fear, this is a 10 out of 10 because
Okay, yeah, sure.
the closet one was like a jump scare fear. Like once I recognize it, it's just a guy.
Just a dude, yeah.
This one's like I couldn't even put my hands down, and it's like it's an ickiness. Like I told you that the Jiu-Jitsu one where like I couldn't eat, I wouldn't be able to eat with this.
Yeah.
Like just hanging around.
Yeah, there's like a way that like the head moves while it's like dangling down, where it kind of like shakes the head, and I think that's pretty effective as like a visual. Yeah.
Yeah. Believability, I'll give this bad boy a 10.
Oh, okay. You're convinced.
Enjoyment, it's like I enjoy scary things, right? So like if I'm just like enjoying this as a solely scary thing, like 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
But,
Not
like,
bad. Not a bad score.
But like I hated it.
Yeah.
But I'll still give it a 7 out of 10. But it's just like, I don't know. the uncanny nature of this thing happening at night. If this was someone walking down the street like this in the morning, I'd be like, okay, we know you can do. You're flexible, okay?
Right, yeah. Way to stunt.
This isn't
Yeah.
town.
Where's the Instagram boyfriend? Okay?
Yeah.
No, he's just off screen here.
This person has a GoPro strapped to their head. Be like walking upside on my back on the bridge upside down for 24 hours straight. Aesthetic ASMR.
Exactly.
This is so scary.
Yeah, and our influencer culture, though, we gotta believe.
Yeah.
All right. And I want to leave you with a little palate cleanser.
Oh, God.
So here's the text. It says, film a white wall. If someone appears, you have a guardian angel watching over you.
Oh, my God.
That's it.
That's...
Did you see it? It's like that
Yes, I
anime filter.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can get it. I want to get it as clear as I possibly can. Because
I see it.
this is, to me, a parallel to the Connect Ghost. Where it's just like a pattern being recognized by like
Yes.
AI. But I also love that it's just like kind of like a waifu. Like it's like
you have someone watching over you. Yes, it's your
Yeah.
waifu.
guardian angel waifu.
That reminds me of like I saw a video on my FIP For You page where it's like the person's just taking I guess they're just doing it of their dog, and then like they have like a long poster behind them, and it turns into like a person, and they're like, "There's a person in my room. Where did they go?" And I'm like, AI, all right, I guess.
Yeah, there was like there was a dude who was like, I'm using the anime filter to find ghosts around my house, and it was like just every wall, like everything was like a person pretty much. There was like every room had something going on.
Yeah, it's the ones where like people put their like hands like this
Oh,
in
yeah.
front of their face to create
Gotta make them mommy milkers.
ginormous honkers.
Yeah.
I
So
hate
yeah,
that.
that's a nice little palate cleanser.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's get a little score on the final one for you.
The final one, enjoyment, because it's like I'll give that like a 6 out of 10.
Okay. Not bad.
Believability,
Okay.
0 out of 10. Fear, none at all.
Great. Okay.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ, Ben.
Well, you survived, JD.
I'm gonna be thinking about that upside down thing for quite some time.
I think that was the best one I found.
Yeah.
I was trying to
that
like
was-
just search for like stuff in different languages and trying to like figure out how I could find the best results.
God, I can't do it in any like. I won't do it in different languages. I won't. I'm not gonna look up like Phantasma at all.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. I wouldn't do it. Once again, Ben carrying the episode. You can trust. If you have no trust in the world, no consistency, at least remember us. Ben will always scare the living shit out of me, and I will always peek the mic on at least one of the videos.
Yeah, I think we picked the mic at the same. Honestly, we probably picked the mic the worst at the what was that? the video where
Wheelchair ghost.
the wheelchair ghost, where this really loud promotional music for the news site
Fucking
came on.
A.
That was the worst.
That
So-
was 10 out of 10 on
That's
the
my
fear
10 out of
jump
10
scare.
fear for me as well. Best jump
Yeah.
scare of the night. But yeah, here we are at the end of another lovely funky found footage. We hope that you've been scared.
Yeah.
You've opened your third eye a little bit.
Just a little bit, and that you, in terms of thinking critically, we're not doing that a lot today.
No.
We're just doing a little bit of it with the help of Dustin and Charlotte and Flying Knives. But yeah, I do like these episodes because it's very chill and relaxed. Yes, I get the like being anxious of like I have to I have to accidentally scroll past like someone's like picture of like look at the bottom corner of my window, and then now I can't walk into my fucking kitchen because we don't have curtains on the fucking window.
Right.
But yeah, I am interested in you further looking into CIA Giants Andy situation. That would be cool. As like
Yeah,
a
I want to
little
see
follow-up.
God's Giants.
God's Giants too.
Yeah,
Everybody wait for that video. But yeah, I hope that this video comes for everyone as like a little like fun thing. You get to see me putting my hands in front of the screen because I got scared, and Ben absolutely just vibing, watching the videos. That's it, relaxed, and just we are Ben.
Yeah. We're reading that.
We look like we're in different time zones.
Yeah, it's a little dark in my room. Sorry about that.
No,
and also, I want to say that I have like kind of like a creeper posture, but that's just because I have the mic arm and I have to reach my arm underneath the mic arm to use my mouse or keyboard. So I have to kind of like slump down in the chair. So I don't mean to be sitting like such a weirdo. It's for you. It's for you, listeners.
This is actually like peak. Like we're very different in terms of like the looks, but we have the same brain, and I just get a little bit more scared. But I hope that this video episode brings you a little bit of joy whenever this comes out. For us, it is January 2023. Ben, how's your experience with the first episode recording of the year?
It's been good. I think we had a good year last year, and I'm looking forward to getting more into it. And I think we're gonna keep up the format of the more critical ones, and then also breaking it up every now and then with these video, more fun, just funky found footage.
Yeah, because we want to have fun too. We're not just educated readers.
Yeah, so shout out to Yager Frank, and as always for the music. So thanks y'all.
All right, bye.